Hey Vsauce, Michael here. Ever wonder how to make big changes in your life? What if I told you the secret is in the small stuff? We're talking about habits, those tiny actions we repeat every day. They might seem insignificant on their own, but over time, they have the power to transform us. Think of it like building a house. You don't start with the roof. You start with a single brick, then another, and another. Each brick is important, but it's the consistent laying of those bricks that eventually creates something amazing. Habits are our bricks, and Atomic Habits by James Clear is our blueprint. In this book, Clear dives deep into the science of habit formation. He breaks down complex concepts into easy-to-understand principles, giving us practical strategies to build good habits and break bad ones. Ready to start building a better you? Let's get to it. James Clear isn't just some guy who decided to write a self-help book. He's a man on a mission, driven by a deep curiosity and a relentless pursuit of understanding human behavior. His journey into the world of habits wasn't a casual endeavor. It was a quest for answers that could change lives. He's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes of habits. Just as Holmes meticulously examines every clue to solve a mystery, Clear delves into the intricacies of human behavior to uncover the secrets of habit formation. His approach is both scientific and practical, blending rigorous research with real-world application. See, Clear was fascinated by the idea of human potential. He pondered questions that many of us have asked ourselves. Why do some people seem to effortlessly achieve their goals while others struggle? What separates the high achievers from the rest? These questions fueled his curiosity and set him on a path of discovery. He wanted to understand how some people achieve incredible things while others struggle to get started. This wasn't just about personal success. It was about unlocking the potential within each of us. Clear believed that if he could understand the mechanics of habits, he could help others transform their lives. His journey led him down a rabbit hole of research, studying everything from psychology and biology to philosophy and business. He immersed himself in the works of experts, seeking to understand the underlying principles that govern our behaviors. This wasn't a superficial exploration, it was a deep dive into the science of habits. He devoured books, interviewed experts, and experimented on himself. Clear wasn't content with theoretical knowledge. He wanted to see how these principles played out in real life. He became his own test subject, applying the strategies he learned to his own habits and routines. He wanted to know what made habits stick, and more importantly, how to use that knowledge to improve his own life. This personal experimentation was crucial. It allowed him to refine his ideas and develop practical strategies that anyone could use. Clear's own life took an unexpected turn when, as a high school student, he suffered a traumatic brain injury. This life-altering event forced him to confront his own limitations and rethink his approach to personal growth. It was a pivotal moment that shaped his understanding of resilience and recovery. His recovery was long and arduous, forcing him to confront the limits of his abilities. He had to rebuild his life from the ground up, one small step at a time. This experience gave him a profound appreciation for the power of incremental progress. It was during this time that he discovered the power of small wins. He realized that significant change doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent, tiny improvements. This insight became a cornerstone of his philosophy on habits. By focusing on tiny incremental improvements, he was able to slowly rebuild his life. Each small victory built momentum, leading to larger and more significant achievements. This approach not only helped him recover, but also laid the foundation for his future work. This experience sparked a passion in him, a desire to share his discoveries with the world. He wanted to help others harness the power of small habits to achieve their own goals. This passion drove him to write and speak about his findings, reaching a global audience. That passion led him to write Atomic Habits, a book that has since become a global phenomenon. The book distills his years of research and personal experience into actionable strategies that anyone can use to build better habits. It's a testament to his belief that small changes can lead to remarkable results. Okay, so we know habits are important, but what exactly are they? Think of a habit as a mental shortcut, an automatic response to a specific situation. We brush our teeth before bed without thinking, we tie our shoes without looking, we drive to work on autopilot. These are all habits, actions that have become ingrained in our subconscious. Habits are powerful because they free up our brains to focus on other things. Imagine if we had to consciously think about every single step of our morning routine. It would be exhausting. Habits allow us to conserve mental energy, making us more efficient and productive. But here's the catch. Habits can work for us or against us. Good habits, like exercising regularly or eating healthy foods, can propel us towards success. Bad habits, like procrastination or overeating, can hold us back. The good news is that we have the power to choose which habits we want to cultivate. Section 4. The 4 Laws, a Framework for Transformation. This is where James Clear's 4 Laws of Behavior Change come in. These laws are designed to help us understand the mechanics of habit formation and provide a structured approach to making lasting changes in our lives. Think of these laws as your secret weapon for habit change. They offer a clear and actionable path to transforming your daily routines and achieving your goals. They are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Each of these laws targets a specific aspect of behavior, making it easier to adopt new habits and discard old ones. Each law focuses on a different aspect of habit formation, providing a practical framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. By understanding and applying these laws, we can create a supportive environment that encourages positive behavior change. Let's dive a little deeper into each law. Understanding the nuances of each law will help us apply them more effectively in our daily lives. Make it obvious is all about awareness. This law emphasizes the importance of recognizing our habits and making them visible. When we can see our habits clearly, we can better understand their impact on our lives. We need to identify our existing habits, both good and bad, before we can change them. This involves taking a close look at our daily routines and pinpointing the behaviors that shape our lives. Once we're aware of our habits, we can start to make conscious choices about which ones we want to reinforce and which ones we want to eliminate. This awareness is the first step towards intentional behavior change. Make it attractive taps into the power of motivation. This law focuses on making our habits appealing and enjoyable, so we're more likely to stick with them. We're more likely to stick to habits that we enjoy or that are associated with positive feelings. By linking our habits to rewards or pleasurable activities, we can increase our motivation to maintain them. Make it easy is all about removing friction. This law highlights the importance of simplifying our habits to make them more manageable and less daunting. The easier it is to perform a habit, the more likely we are to do it. By reducing the effort required to complete a habit, we can make it a seamless part of our daily routine. Finally, make it satisfying is about creating a sense of reward. This law emphasizes the importance of feeling good after performing a habit, which reinforces the behavior and makes it more likely to be repeated. When we feel good after performing a habit, we're more likely to repeat it. This positive reinforcement helps to solidify the habit and make it a lasting part of our routine. By applying these 4 laws of behavior change, we can create a powerful framework for transformation. This framework not only helps us build new habits, but also supports us in maintaining them over the long term. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to adapt. But with the right framework, we can make meaningful progress towards our goals. So take the first step today. Identify the habits you want to change, apply the 4 laws, and watch as your life begins to transform. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and with this framework, you're well on your way to success. Section 5. Law 1. Make it obvious. Cueing desired actions. In this chapter, we delve into the importance of making your desired actions clear and unmistakable. The more obvious a habit is, the easier it is to follow through. Our brains are wired to seek out patterns. This is a fundamental aspect of human nature. We are constantly looking for ways to make sense of the world around us, and patterns help us do just that. We crave predictability, and habits thrive in environments where cues are clear and consistent. When our surroundings provide clear signals, our brains can easily recognize and respond to them, making it simpler to establish and maintain habits. Think about it, your morning cup of coffee. This simple act is often triggered by a series of cues: the time of day, the smell of coffee, or even the sight of your coffee maker. The notification ding on your phone. This sound immediately grabs your attention and prompts you to check your messages or social media. The familiar route you take to work. These are all cues that trigger habitual responses. Each of these actions is initiated by a specific cue, making them automatic and effortless over time. These are all cues that trigger habitual responses. Recognizing these cues is the first step in understanding how habits are formed and how they can be changed. The first step in making a habit obvious is to identify the cues that trigger your current habits. Take some time to reflect on your daily routines and pinpoint the specific triggers that lead to your habitual behaviors. What time of day is it? Where are you? Who are you with? What are you feeling? These questions can help you identify the context in which your habits occur, making it easier to understand the cues that drive them. Once you've identified your cues, you can start to manipulate them to your advantage. By altering your environment and the signals it sends, you can make it easier to adopt new habits and break old ones. Want to start a new exercise routine? Set yourself up for success by creating clear and consistent cues. Leave your workout clothes out the night before. This simple act serves as a visual reminder and makes it more likely that you'll follow through with your exercise plans. Trying to drink more water? Make it easy for yourself by ensuring that the cue is always present. Keep a full water bottle on your desk at all times. This constant visual cue will remind you to stay hydrated throughout the day. The key is to make the cue for your desired habit as obvious as possible. The more noticeable and consistent the cue, the more likely you are to respond to it. This also works in reverse for breaking bad habits. By removing or altering the cues that trigger undesirable behaviors, you can make it easier to resist them. Want to stop mindlessly scrolling through social media? Identify the cues that lead to this behavior and take action to eliminate them. Delete the apps from your phone. Without the visual cue of the app icons, you'll be less tempted to open them out of habit. Trying to cut back on sugar? Recognize the cues that lead to your sugar cravings and remove them from your environment. Don't keep cookies in the house. By eliminating the visual cue of the cookies, you'll reduce the temptation to indulge in sugary snacks. By removing the cues that trigger your bad habits, you make it easier to resist them. This process of cue manipulation is a powerful tool in shaping your behavior and achieving your goals.